Okay, good afternoon everybody and welcome to Alarm Corp's first webinar for 2012. And today's topic is an update of the Interlogix CCTV portfolio. My name is Piotr Dolecki and I'm the National Product Manager for CCTV at Alarm Corp based in the Mount Waverly office. Okay, let's get started. First, a bit of housekeeping. For those of you who have not used the GoToMeeting before or for a timely New Year's refresher, let's just quickly go through how GoToMeeting works. You will see the Grab tab on the right of your screen, which will show your name. And note also that the microphone icon will be muted for you, and you will remain muted for the duration of the presentation. Now, just to verify that you can all hear me, can you please all click the raise hand button immediately above the microphone button? Okay, that's great. I'm seeing the hands going up. That means you can all hear me. Okay, now you can put your hand down. Put your hands down. Now, during the course of the webinar, if you do have any questions or you do want to grab my attention, please feel free to raise your hand if I'm going too quickly or going too slowly. Next, very important, the questions panel. We will go through questions at the end of the webinar. Please feel free to type in your question at any time during the webinar. Once you have typed your question, remember to click the send button so that I see the question. And as I said, I will go through all of the questions at the end in the order that I receive them. Don't be shy. All of the questions are anonymous. Only I see who asks the questions, and I will not be mentioning any names. Okay, today's agenda. We will look at an update on the Interlogix CCTV portfolio, going through PTZ cameras, fixed cameras, IP and megapixel cameras, DVR and NVR solutions, updates to software. We will also have a sneak peek at the roadmap as to what new products are on the horizon, and finally some conclusions. With that, let's begin. First off, Interlogix has just released the brand new UltraView PTZ. Now, what is the UltraView PTZ? This is the latest generation full-size analog PTZ. It replaces the Cyberdome 2, and it also replaces the analog Legend. Just like its predecessors, it is available in the traditional housing styles of pendant mount, wall mount, and flush mount for mounting inside a recessed ceiling. And the really good thing about the UltraView PTZ is that it is fully compatible with the existing Cyberdome 2 Legend mounting accessories, and we will go through those in the next slides. Okay, brief overview. Okay, apologies for that, gentlemen. We seem to have had a slight network malfunction. Okay, just to recap, on the UltraView PTZ, we have much higher optical resolution, wide dynamic range, and electronic image stabilization. And the two options are 27x and 37x day-night. Apologies if anybody has missed a little bit of that. Okay, I mentioned earlier that the UltraView PTZ is compatible with the accessories from the previous cameras. So as we can see, we have the same wall mount arm, the same parapet swing mount arm, and the same corner adapter and pole adapter, as well as a range of parapet capping brackets and ceiling panels and T-bar mounting kits. And as before, if you order the new UltraView PTZ in a wall mount configuration, it will come with the GEA 102 wall mount bracket. Okay. Now, migration path or upgrade. A really good feature of the new UltraView PTZ is that the optical module, the PTZ module, is mechanically compatible with Cyberdome 2 and even Cyberdome 1 housings. So therefore, it is possible to upgrade earlier Cyberdome and Cyberdome 2 camera models to take advantage of the UltraView's improved optical performance. Now, not all features that are available on the UltraView may be available on either the Cyberdome 1 or Cyberdome 2. However, you can make use of the new optical performance. Please refer to the documentation supplied with the UltraView PTZ, which lists exactly which functions are and are not available. And below we see an extract from that manual. So we see, for example, that some of the functions that reside in the back box on the UltraView, which was not the case on the Cyberdome 1, for example, those functions will not be available. Okay, key new features. Wide dynamic range. The new UltraView models feature wide dynamic range for improved image quality in high contrast situations. So basically, with wide dynamic range, we are able to see more detail in both light and shadow areas. Now, the wide dynamic range function can be enabled or disabled in the menu. And the main benefit is that wide dynamic range goes beyond what is possible with normal backlight compensation, as illustrated by the image here. Next, electronic image stabilization, EIS, also known as digital image stabilization. The main benefit of this function is that it helps combat camera shake. Now, this does work best with slow swaying type movement, as in a camera being mounted on a pole and the pole sways slightly in the breeze. It's not going to work as well in a higher frequency mechanical vibration situation. As with the wide dynamic range, this function can be enabled and disabled through the menu, as we can see there. And here we have an illustration of an image that you might see when the camera is shaking and the benefit that image stabilization will bring. And this is something that was not available on the previous generation cameras. Okay, that takes care of the analog PTZs. Now let's have a look at the analog fixed cameras. First of all, we have two new UltraView full-body cameras. There is an EVR and an XP3. The EVR, which is an acronym for Extreme Vivid Resolution, is optimized for low light performance, whereas the XP3 is optimized for harsh lighting. It uses the latest generation Pixim chipsets. The EVR is also true day night for use with infrared illumination. And of course, both cameras are 1/3 inch, so they are compatible with the full range of existing standard CS lenses, both manual iris and auto iris. When we move on to the True Vision cameras, First of all, the True Vision High Resolution Dome, TVD TIR HR-P, is now dual voltage. So it can work off both 12 volts DC and 24 volts AC for more flexible deployment. Previously, this camera was 12 volt DC only. And the mid-res bullet camera, the TVC DIR MR, now comes standard with the wall mount bracket. Previously, these brackets had to be ordered separately. It now comes standard in the one box. And for both cameras, there is updated pricing available. So please contact your nearest Alarm Corp business development manager, and he can provide your own customized pricing. Okay, IP and megapixel cameras update. The existing 1.3 and 2 megapixel cameras that were released last year are shipping and available, and we have a number of sites that they've been installed in and are giving reliable service. However, they have been joined by a number of new members to the True Vision family. We have some new models available in both full body, starting at standard definition, going through to 1.3 megapixel, 2, 3, and up to 5 megapixel. And you'll see the model lineup below, and we will take a look at them in a little bit more detail in the comic slides. Notice all of the full body cameras are true day-night with motorized IR cut filter, and they are all HR264, and they are all now on-VIF capable. The existing 1.3 and 2 megapixel cameras are not yet fully on-VIF capable. This new generation is on-VIF capable. Okay, we also have these new cameras in domes, also starting from standard definition going through to 1.3, 2, 3, and 5 megapixels. And we can see there that the dome lineup is quite comprehensive. We have domes that are true day-night, we have domes that are digital day-night, and we also have a couple of really compact wedge-shaped domes that are fully IP66 and vandal-proof. Okay, let's take a look in a little bit more detail at the standard definition models. The standard definition models are available as either VGA resolution or forced resolution, and these are really ideal for installations or applications where you do not need the megapixel capability. So we can see there that we have, in terms of domes, we have a TVD N210V and a TVD N245V. Now, the TVD N210 is a digital day-night, whereas the TVD N245 is a true day-night, wide dynamic range capable camera with built-in infrared illumination for a range of 10 meters. And both can do real-time streaming at either at VGA or forced. Next, we have the TVD-N210W. This is the compact wedge-shaped dome. This is also a digital day-night camera, but it is fully vandal-proof and IP66. And finally, we have the two full-body cameras, the TVC N220 and the TVC N240. The N220 is VGA resolution, and the N240 is forced resolution. And the N240 is also wide dynamic range capable. And as I mentioned previously on the full-body cameras, both are true day-night with a mechanical IR cut filter. And you can record all of those cameras with either the TVR60 or the NVR20. Now let's take a look at the new 1.3 megapixel models. They are also available in full body and dome styles. We can see that in the full body we have the TVC-M1220. This is also a true day-night camera. It can do real-time streaming at 720p resolution. And we have two domes, the TVD M1210 and the TVD M1225. Now the TVD M1210 is a digital day-night camera, whereas the TVD M1225 is a true day-night camera with a mechanical IR cut filter and with built-in infrared LEDs that reach up to 10 meters. Again, all of the 1.3 megapixels can stream at 720p, and you can record both of these models with either the NVR20 or the TVR60. Next, 2 megapixel models. Again, available in full body and dome styles. In the full body, we have the TVC M2220, 2 megapixel progressive scan, and this can stream real time at 720p. In the dome, we have the TVD M2210 and the TVD M2225. The 2210 is a digital day-night camera, and the 2225 is a true day-night camera with mechanical IR cut filter, and it also has built-in infrared LEDs that work up to 10 meters. And finally, we have the TVD M2210W, which is this new compact wedge-style 2 megapixel camera, and this is a digital day-night camera. So as before, all of them can do real-time at 720p. All of them are on-VIF H.264 capable. As we said earlier, with the bigger dome, we have two options: digital day-night and IR capable, and we can record these with the NVR20 and DVR60. Okay, next, moving into even higher resolution, we have 3 megapixel models. Again, full body and dome styles. In the full body, we have the TVC M3220, and this camera can now stream in real time at full HD, as in 1080p resolution. Likewise, with the domes, we have the TVD M3210 and the TVD M3225. The 3210 is digital day-night, and the 3225 is a true day-night camera with a motorized IR cut filter and built-in IR illumination. So just to recap, both of the 3 megapixel models can do real-time at both 720p and now 1080p, so it's a step up from where the 2 megapixel models were. And with the 3 megapixel cameras, you can record them at the moment with the NVR20. Finally, we move into 5 megapixels. Again, we have a full body model and we have a dome style. The full body is the TVC-M5220. This is a true day-night camera. And in the dome style, we have the TVD M5225, which is also a true day-night camera with mechanical IR cut filter and built-in infrared illumination. And this dome is also IP66 vandal resistant. And with the 5 megapixel cameras, you can record them with the NVR20. Okay, accessories for the full body or box cameras. We have a range of lenses rated up to 1.3 megapixels. So these can be used on the standard resolution and 1.3 megapixel resolution cameras. We have two models, manual iris and auto iris in 5 to 50 millimeters. Next, we have lenses that are rated for use up to 3 megapixels. And these are also auto iris and manual iris. Now, both of these lenses are day-night or IR corrected, so they can be used with the true day-night cameras. Now, of course, it goes without saying that the 3 megapixel lenses can also be used on 1.3 megapixel resolution and standard resolution cameras. And we also have 2.8 to 8 millimeter 3 megapixel lenses, which are not day-night, so they would be what you would choose for, say, a camera that does not need to use infrared illumination. Now, we have a range of other lenses available in various focal lengths, so please contact Alarm Corp for details. Okay, accessories for the dome cameras. We have the TVD M2WM wall mount. So this is what you would use if you need to mount the dome cameras off a vertical wall, so that the camera is still sitting like it would be if it was mounted on a ceiling. Next, we have the little electrical box adapter for the little wedge camera. We have the TVD-M2-FM, which is an indoor dome flush mount. So this is what you would use if you wanted to recess a dome into a false or suspended ceiling. And finally, we have the TVD-M2 pendant, which is a pendant mount. So if you want to drop your dome from beneath a ceiling, this is what you can use. Okay, so that completes the updates on the camera portfolio. Now let's take a look at the TrueVision DVR and NVR updates. Starting off with the TVR60 hybrid 24-channel DVR. This device has had a firmware update, and it now works with the KTD405 keypad. And importantly, there is updated pricing available on this model, so please contact Alarm Corp for more details. TVR 40, 8 and 16 channel, which is a analog only DVR. This also has updated pricing. The TVR 38/16 channel DVR, also updated pricing. Please contact Alarm Corp. And finally, the TVR 10 4-channel DVR, there is also updated pricing. Now the TVR 10 is currently available in two versions, either a 500 gigabyte hard drive or a 1 terabyte hard drive. And next, the NVR 20, which is the 16-channel NVR IP video recorder. There is a new firmware, and this makes the device compatible with the brand new range of IP cameras that we have just covered. And there is also updated pricing on this model. So again, please contact Alarm Corp for more details. Okay, software updates. TrueVision Navigator. There is a new version of TrueVision Navigator available. This is version 4 SP2. The main benefit it brings is it provides support for the new TrueVision IP cameras, and it has a bunch of bug fixes, which I would refer you to the release notes for details. It is a free download as always, and the file is approximately 403 megabytes in size. So if you are going to download it, I would suggest that you do it on a fairly fast ADSL connection. If you are not able to download it, please contact Alarm Corp and we can provide you with a copy. So there we go. There's a screen grab of the latest version of TrueVision Navigator. In essence, if you've used the previous version, the new version looks the same. There are really no cosmetic changes other than the fact that it now provides better IP camera support. Okay, iTVR Mobile. The iTVR Mobile is the free iPhone app that allows you to remotely view the TVR 10, TVR 40, and TVR 60. There is a new version available. It is version 1.5, and the major change that it brings is that you can now select between the mainstream and the substream when viewing a camera. Now, normally the mainstream is set up as a higher resolution stream and the substream is set up as a lower resolution. So if you know that your DVR's connection to the network is slow, or if you are in a slower network, mobile network coverage area, you can switch to the substream to give you a lower bandwidth connection that can provide better refresh rates. And there are some minor cosmetic updates which distinguish the new version, so mainly some changes to the icons. As before, the iTVR Mobile is a free app that's available from the iTunes App Store, and if you search for it, this is what it will look like. iPhone apps, TrueVision TVR Mobile. As you can see, it's been updated late last year. So if you haven't downloaded it yet to your iPhone, you can do so at your convenience. Okay, and also for those of you that do not use iPhones but use Windows mobile or Android phones, there is remote software available for Windows mobile phones as well. Please contact Alarm Corp for more details and we can email you the link. Okay, now let's take a look at the roadmap, a sneak preview as to what is coming. There will be a number of new products coming in over the course of 2012. First of all, there will be a H.264 UltraView IP PTZ with on-with capability, which will in effect be a replacement for the Legend IP. At this stage, this camera is probably going to be late in the year. There will be updates to the TrueVision analog cameras, basically newer chipsets with much higher resolution, over 650 TV lines. There will be progressive updates for the TBR10, TBR30, TBR40, and TBR60. This will include newer firmware, and as details of this become available, it will be circulated. There will be a range of new LCD monitors covering various sizes, 17 to 19 inch, all the way up to widescreen models, 22, 32, and 42. Again, details will be made available as they become available. There will be an updated version of TrueVision Navigator, version 5. This is details, again, TBA, but we're probably looking at around the middle of the year for TrueVision Navigator version 5. And, of course, most importantly, integration between the TrueVision DVR NVR portfolio and force field. This is currently in development, in testing. So the good news is it's definitely coming, and I will make those details available as soon as we have updates from the engineers doing the testing. So it is coming. And the main benefit of that is it will give you a upgrade path for sites that use legacy DVRs. Okay, some conclusions. The Interlogix CCTV portfolio continues to evolve. We've seen that there is a new range of analog PTZ cameras. We've seen there is a very comprehensive range of IP/megapixel cameras. It's, I think, about 17 new models. The DVR portfolio will continue to evolve. We have seen that there are updates to software and that the integration to force field to provide a migration path for legacy sites. And we've also taken a brief look at the new products that are scheduled for release in 2012. Okay, would you like to know more? More information, including brochures and data sheets, may be found at alarmcorp.com.au. Subscribe to Alarmcorp Pulse and you will receive new product information automatically. If you register online with our website, with our e-store, you will have full access to the e-commerce platform, including your own customized pricing and order placement, which you can do 24 hours a day. Contact your newest Alarmcorp representative, Jeff Rushton and Diane Brazil in New South Wales, and Stephen Dinger for Victoria and South Australia. Or contact myself directly on 0421 378 334 or at my email, prd@alarmcorp.com.au. Okay. Now, this has been the first CCTV webinar for 2012. We will be holding a webinar on CCTV topics every month on a Wednesday. Topics scheduled for this year include the iPhone as a surveillance tool, CCTV fundamentals, camera selection, CCTV fundamentals, network video system design, optical fiber fundamentals and system design, building from a very popular optical fiber webinar that we had last year on the topic of optic fibers, optimizing DVR configuration, and remote video monitoring. Now, this is not the full list of topics. This is just a selection. If you want to see the full list of topics, go to our website and click on the resources/webinar links. Okay, we look forward to your participation. And if you haven't done so, visit our updated website. If you didn't know, Alarmcorp can now supply you with a full range of cable, including coax, combination coax, and alarm cable, as well as Cat5, Cat6. So take a look and contact Jeff, Diane, or Stephen. Okay, that concludes the webinar topics. Now it's over to question time. So as we said at the outset, please use the webinar feature to submit questions, type in the question and just remember to hit send. Over to you. Okay, as I said, we will take questions for as long as they keep coming, so don't be shy.